Hello everybody, Austin Hill Shaw here, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder on Being Creative. Today I want to talk about how to go about establishing and building cultures of innovation, how to build cultures of innovation. And when I'm talking about cultures of innovation, I'm talking about any group of people that are working together to activate each of the individual's creativity and as a whole are coming up with new products, new services, new ways of being. And it can be a for-profit business, it can be a non-profit business, it can be a school system, really anywhere where we're valuing, again, the creativity that's inherent in the individual as well as the innovative potential of the collective. And that's a pretty nice way of distinguishing it. So first of all, for those of you who have followed my work, my basic definition of the experience of creativity within people is the ability to connect with the world and to affect it in a meaningful way. Again, the ability to connect with the world and affect it in a meaningful way. When we start to look at the realm of innovation, we're starting to talk about things that are more complex than any one particular individual can handle on their own. I mean, one of the great examples out there right now are these smartphones. These smartphones aren't anyone's single creation. It's actually the innovation of many groups of people working together on different components and bringing it together into one single product. So a culture of innovation is basically a group of different people who are all activating their creativity in order so that as a whole they can come up with innovative solutions to more and more complex problems. And more that's the norm, right? None of us create things alone. I mean, even the things that we do seemingly by ourselves, like say we're painting a painting, most of us don't come up with the canvas that we created. Most of us didn't build the frame, nor do we create our own paints. We're always working within systems of innovation, the innovations of others, the creative insights of others, all these things that have been handed down to us through time. So this is going to be the first part of a three-part series on how to build cultures of innovation. And the first way that I want to talk about building a culture of innovation is simply through something that is so seemingly obvious in some ways. It's almost it's hard to fathom how impactful it is, but it's the basis of everything. And the basis of building a culture of innovation is simply this: appreciation. Appreciation. Okay? When I come home from work sometimes, really anytime that I have a two and a half year old daughter right now named Lorenza Del Mar, and she is a total spitfire. I mean, she's right in the middle of the twos, and her twos are definitely very lively. Sometimes she's really excited, sometimes she's really angry. I mean, she's just so expressive. But whenever I come home, I mean, almost always when I walk in the door, what she says to me, she's like, "Daddy, Daddy," and I'll just go down to her level, and she'll run at me with no regard for her own safety and just glom onto me. And I tell you, that feeling of just somebody loving you for absolutely no reason at all. I mean, of course, I'm her dad, but just coming out, it doesn't matter what I've done. She just gives me this great feeling of love and appreciation. She just appreciates me. And it is so wonderful to feel like that, just to have that sense of appreciation. And appreciation does nothing to do with what I've done during the day or what I've accomplished. It doesn't mean if I've had a good day or a bad day, or if I come home, feeling tired or enlivened. Just because I'm a person, just because I'm her dad, just because we have a relationship, she just, with this unbridled joy, just comes and gives me this giant hug, right? So that may not be appropriate within your work situation, nor with the networks of creators with whom you're working with, if you're a solopreneur or working on your own. But again, we can all practice appreciation. And appreciation is basically our sense of extending a sense of joy, of love, of well-being to the people around us for no other reason that they are also alive and in this world. I mean, it's kind of a miracle that all of us are even here at all. I mean, it's, if you really stop to think of it, it is a crazy, impossible situation in there. If we think of, for example, the next planet closest to the sun, Venus, is just like, it's boiling hot and has all these sort of nauseous clouds that would kill us in a moment. And if we go further out towards Mars, it's like freezing cold. And here we are, just suspended on this tiny planet in the middle of this gigantic universe, in a planet where somehow there's life has arisen. And we're all here. We're just here right now. And we are alive. We are alive for this period of time. And we can get to that core level of just appreciation that we are actually here, that we actually have this opportunity to participate in this world. Well, that is appreciation. We can just see people, no matter if they're grumpy or joyful, no matter if they appear to be creative or not, when you can just appreciate people who they are and extend a sense of warmth and goodwill, it does a lot. Because what's that doing is it's working on the connection piece, right? Which is the basis of creativity, that connection, that feeling of connectedness. Those connections, when they're the fuller expressions of those, lead to creative insight. But even when we just have that connection there, it allows people to perform better, to feel more at home. The cortisol levels go down, and we are healthier in general. And that, in and of itself, contributes to cultures of innovation. Okay? I hope you get that. So for you, no matter, again, if you're working in an organization or on your own, I invite you sometime this week to extend a sense of appreciation to somebody. And recognize that appreciation, again, has nothing to do with, hey, I appreciate that you did this for me, or I love that you accomplished this thing, or hey, I know that you tried, but you didn't quite get it done. It's more just like, it's almost like if you ever saw the movie Avatar, I see you. It's just that basic acknowledgement that you are in the world, you are a human being. And when you can extend that will to somebody, you allow them to unlock their creative potential. You start to unlock their creative potential. Does that make sense? So please, I would love for you to try that this week. If you have any comments on ways in which people in your life have been able to unlock your creativity simply through appreciation, I'd love to hear about that. You can leave that in the comment section below this video. If you're not on my website right now, please go to www.austinhillshaw.com. There's lots of free resources there. And please share this with other people. I'd love to get this message out there, and I need your help in doing that. I can't do this without you. You are part of my culture of innovation. So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, this has been Austin Hill Shaw, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder on Being Creative, reminding you to connect deeply, to make a difference, and to inspire creativity in others. Thank you so much for joining me.